Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for March predictions for 2021. Hello. Okay. I'm very excited actually. Do you know why? Because March is also the beginning of the zodiac calendar. Interestingly enough, with Aries season specifically. So, yeah, I think that it's a fresh new beginning. I feel like there's been a lot of happy New Years. Just over the course of so many different so many different religions and of course cultures as well. With Lunar New Year, there was also Diwali, back last year, and then of course, there's so many different ones, of course, that sort of come through around the course of this year. Happy New Year with obviously December going into January, and yeah, now we're in this is March, and we've got the zodiac calendar as well. So, Happy New Year! For those of you that really do follow astrology and, of course, tarot and things like that. So, you have here 3 groups for your March predictions. We've got Group 1, Group 2 and Group 3, whichever one you're most drawn to. It's going to be the sunglasses, I feel, or the numbers, or the piles. That is going to be your reading. So for Group 1, we have these really pretty sunglasses. Number 2, we have also these very pretty heart-shaped sunglasses. And then Group 3 are these sort of camo sunglasses. There we go. So whichever one you're most drawn to, the timestamps will be in the description box below. You can go down there, click on them, and you'll be taken to your reading. Also, as well, I just wanted to very, very quickly mention that if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, information will also be down below. They are done within 24 to 48 hours. All the information for those are down there. And also, if you'd like to check out my Etsy store, then the link to my Etsy store is down below. It's an intention store, which means that the items on there are meditated with and saged to bring good luck, good fortune, and also to help you manifest your intentions. So there's beaded bracelets, necklaces, there's earrings, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, embroidered cards which you can put under your pillow, in your wallet, or your purse. There's also prints which you can frame and hang up. There's face masks. There's also divination coins, pendulums, crystals, charms, letters which you can also use as well. We're also going to do a charm and letter reading in this reading too. Anyways, check out my Etsy store. Gosh, there's so much stuff, but also check out the review section as well to get more of an idea as to what people see with these items. All right, so let's just move this back a little bit. Let's go to Group 1 first. So yeah, do check that out if you have some time. Okay. All right. Let's put this here. All right, group number 1. March 2021. Let's have a look and see what is coming through. We're also going to do a charm reading with some letters, and some other cards are going to come through as well that I'm going to shuffle for. So these are the ones I pre-shuffled. I thought I would pre-shuffle like half of the cards, and then I would shuffle other cards on camera, just because I wanted to use way more cards. And with that, of course, comes a lot of time that gets taken and things like that. So I thought I'd do some of them pre-done, and some others we shuffle together. There we go. Okay, so you chose these sunglasses. Let's put them right there. They look rather cool by the door. Okay, so your cards here. Okay. Just gonna say, don't be scared. Okay, I just want to say that. As I'm scanning these cards, I don't feel like the messages is terrible. It's got a strong message behind it. So we've got here. I know a lot of you are looking at this card. I know you're looking at it, okay? So you've got here number 13, catch me, trust, surrender, leap of faith into the unknown. All right, that's your first card. Then you've got the devil. I know you're looking at it. Then you've got the 6 of Pentacles. You've got here read. And you've got here defense mechanisms. So we'll get the other cards out in just a little bit. Let's talk about this together. So I really feel that the catch me here is about really defending yourself from toxic energies, people that are difficult to deal with, people that are harsh, very critical, that you feel sometimes might be controlling you or saying, hey, you know, you need to do this with your life, or you should do this with your life, or you should do that with your life, or you should do this with this, you know. So there's a lot of that energy that's definitely coming through here with the devil. So you may actually feel like, why are people always telling me what to do? Like, why am I always feeling like everything is about others? So I feel a lot of that here with you, and I really feel that you may feel very defensive in March to really protect yourself. That is literally what I see here, right? Putting on those like boxing gloves, not necessarily to fight with people, but to defend yourself. There's a big difference, right? Sometimes you have to defend yourself, and I really feel that you're defending yourself from people that are maybe steering you away from doing things that you truly want to do in life. So a lot of power is achieved in March for you, right? There could be certain people telling you, no, don't talk to that person, and of course you have to make your own judgments, right? Because some people can be very toxic. Then of course there might be people, for some of you in your work environment, who are just not very nice, or always spreading certain things about you, or saying certain things that you don't like, or going after other people, right? It's different for everyone. That's the thing, is that this is a general reading, but somehow it may resonate with you. And you might think to yourself, no, like, don't do that. So you may be defending certain people, you might be defending yourself, just against these people that have this sort of toxic energy. And you're like, no, don't do that, So that's the devil. You're not the devil, but there are some people that mirror this kind of energy around you, and I feel like you're going to be defending yourself from those people. Now, for some of you, there's a new chapter and a new path that's really opening up for you, especially with the trust, surrender, leap of faith into the unknown. Some of you might choose to think about a new career, a new job. Some of you might also be thinking of a new person, in the sense that you might be thinking, maybe I want to sort of leap into the unknown and go into like the pool of dating, for example, or leap into the fish. Sorry, not the fish, the sea. The sea with all the fishes. Oh my god, wow. My speech is just so all over the place. You're going to leap into the fish. Leap into the sea where, there's lots of fish in the sea. So that's something that I also pick up here. You've also got very strong Capricorn energy, which is something that we just saw here as well, because the devil is ruled by Capricorn. And, the reading as well is very interesting, because I feel like some of you might be reading a lot. I know that sounds like such a vague thing to say, but this can also be learning new skills, education-wise learning as well. The Six of Pentacles here is your work being also seen, which I think is interesting. So the more work that you put into March, the more your work is seen and respected in that sense. So I just feel like there is this sense of rose-tinted glasses coming off. You just can't make that up. I just saw these glasses and I was like, I'm sure this has a meaning, right? This has a meaning as to why this pair is with these cards. And they are kind of rose-tinted. Oh my gosh, okay. So, of course, that makes a lot of sense, because you would then be defending yourself and sort of be seeing people for who they are and seeing their true selves, and seeing that actually, maybe those are the kinds of people that actually need help themselves. Those are the people that need healing themselves. These are the people that treat people very, very strangely, because actually they need that help themselves. So I feel like a lot of you here are losing your rose-tinted glasses. You're going into the unknown. You're trusting the universe. You're surrendering to the universe. You're like, all right, I need to break away from these chains and do what's really necessary for myself, for my personal peace, my mental stability, emotional stability, financial security, physical security, emotional security. And I see a lot of reading, so this can be books. It could also be audio books. I see here learning, growing, doing tons of research, okay? Even if that's online. Remember, reading can also be online. So you might be doing research as to like, what is this? What is that? And really defending yourself. Okay, so we talked about that enough. I feel like we've all got the gist of what the messages really are. So let's go in with some tarot as well and see what is coming through. Get a couple of these. So we've got the Empress, ruled by Venus, and Venus rules Libra and Taurus. So there's a couple of other signs coming through there. Okay, Queen of Wands. All right, so Queen of Wands is about your personal power, right? Both of these cards really are about personal power. It's about embracing your beauty, whether you're male or female, right? Embracing that beauty within you, that goodness within you, that wholesome energy within yourself, and really just nurturing yourself. You know, you've got a cat there with the Queen of Wands. The Empress herself actually is with child. So what that really does mean here is that it's about family, it's about nourishing yourself, it's about comforting yourself, being proud of all of those things that you've done for yourself, and being proud of what your vision is going forward, and not letting people detract what's a good word, make you do a detour away from your dreams, let's say. Okay. Wow, my words today are just so all over the place. So it's really what I see here is that it's about standing up for yourself. It's about knowing that you are in a place of power. You are yourself. You're independent. You're strong. You're confident. You are you. And I think that is the most beautiful thing in the world, is that you are you. And it's also about embracing yourself, looking after yourself, and putting yourself first, which I think is just the most vital, most important thing that we see here. And so March here is bringing you a lot of strength. March is bringing you lots of confidence. March is allowing you to take off those rose-tinted glasses and to essentially surrender to the universe and be okay with it, and to also stand up to those that have just, not got that great energy and that are sort of taking advantage of things in many ways. So now we go to food fortunes. So a lot of people actually say how these messages resonate with them because these are foods. So again, it could be, foods that really interest you or pique your interest in March, which I think is very, very interesting. Now we have got also the Empress with the Harvest. So I feel like a lot of you are foodies. You really enjoy your food. It's something that you're very proud of either making or eating. It just really excites you. And also, the Taurus energy, which comes through with the Empress, because the Empress, of course, is ruled by Venus. Venus rules Libra and Taurus. Taurus energy is really food, foodie. They love food. So it's to do with the senses. Okay. Oh, I'm not going to take this entire chunk, but I want to aim for about 4 of these. Okay, that's okay. We've got 5. It's okay. It's okay. The link. So we've got here some sausages. Remember, as per your dietary requirements, okay? Because some of you may be vegan, some may be vegetarian, some may be, I don't know. There's so many different types of ways that people eat, right? Keto. You may love meat yourself, so just want to say that as well. We've got here an espresso. We've got, so it's sort of coffee, right? And then we've got here pizza with the slice, and then we've got here the scoop. So we have ice cream and the cast ironed. So I don't know, when I look at this, I think of a frittata, I think of quesadillas, things that you put in a cast iron skillet. It's interesting because this food fortunes does have some healthy options, but it's interesting that the healthier options didn't come through here. So this can be sort of the treats that you really enjoy in March, or foods that you just indulge in. So that's literally what we've got here. Let me know if it resonates. I would love to know. Okay, let's go in with a clarifying oracle card. There we go. Boom. You can't make this up. You really can't make this up, okay? We shuffled half. Well, I shuffled half, off camera. We shuffled the rest on camera, and it's all matched up. Really has matched up. Look at that. You've got number 1, which is speaking up. And it says here, your soul is guiding you to stand in your light and speak your truth. That is exactly what we've been talking about right from the beginning, right? To defend yourself, to speak up about things that are really, really important to you. I keep mentioning this Taurus energy, but I feel like it's so important, right? Taurus because of like the food energies, but also Taurus because it rules the throat chakra, which is all about communication, speaking up, being true to yourself. That Libra energy about your beauty, you know, embracing yourself, embracing those qualities you have within yourself and not being afraid of who you are, which I think is so important as well. And those qualities are really coming through here on the cards, because I just feel like in March you're going to stand up for yourself, you're going to speak up. I also feel like some of you might be doing some speeches, or you may have to prepare a speech, because you know that we also have that reading, learning kind of energy coming through. And I just feel like your soul is being guided for you to be, you know, 100% like authentically yourself, in the sense of like what you also say. So I think that that's obviously quite significant in so many ways as well. All right, so now I am going to do the charms and the letters. Sorry, I just have to moisturize my hands. It just felt like they got so dry all of a sudden, which is really bizarre because I moisturized them before I turned the camera on. It's one of those things. It's like, where does it all evaporate? Where does it all go? Like moisture is supposed to stay on my skin with the moisturizer. Anyways, okay, right. So let's go with charms and letters. I'm just going to make sure my hand's not too sticky, otherwise it'll get all over these things. Okay, so these are letters. This could be initials. It could also be words to do with things coming to you in March or things happening in March. Oh, that one really wasn't very much, was it? A bit more sufficient. A, L, Y. Sometimes we'll get a few and I'm like, okay, I really feel those. Sometimes you get a few and I'm like, we need some more. So J, A, L, Y. We got an E. X. We got an X here as well. M. Male is another. Let's just shuffle those together, because you can get male or you can get X, or maybe even X male. Got a my. Pale, like, you know, instead of the M. Got a T, tail, like a story. And another Y as well. Okay, so that's what we've got there. Let's go to the charms now and see what the charms are bringing us. We have another E. We have an O. And an A. Okay, so that's what we've got there for the letters. There we go, the letters. Okay, so we've also got here the tree. Okay, so this is about your roots. This also reminds me of the Empress with the harvest, but also, I mean, some of you might also be growing your own fruits and vegetables. I completely forgot to mention that, but it makes a lot of sense now, doesn't it? You might be growing like your own kind of stuff, basically. So that's something we see here. But the tree is also about family, and it's also about acceptance towards yourself and who you are and your roots, and really standing up for yourself as a person. Just knowing that the roots are what makes you strong, right? Just like the tree. You see the tree, but the roots are really what keeps the tree intact, especially a big tree like that. You've also got here this charm, which is kind of like a whale's tail, right? A whale's tail. I think this is a whale's tail. And this really is quite lucky, I would say, because it really does symbolize that energy of like going with the flow, trusting, and also surrendering as well. Now we've also got here these pliers, and it's interesting, you've also got the spanner as well with it. So some of you might be doing some DIY, you might be fixing things, you might also be reading up how to fix certain things, you know what I mean? So this is also, you know, this could be to like fix certain relationships, or again trying to like figure out a way to like fix certain ways in which people are kind of like taking advantage of situations and things like that. It's like you're really in fixing mode in March. You've also got here as well the cat, which is about personality. Remember, the Queen of Wands also has a little kitty cat. in the card as well. So this is also about personality. It's really about having, you know, acceptance towards yourself as well, accepting your personality, not wanting to, you know, change yourself, like in that sense. It's just really accepting yourself and being the true version of you. Then you've also got here an owl, which is so wise. So this is about being wise. We know an owl also symbolizes like intellect as well, and so of course you've got that reading energy, right? Some of you might also be like a night owl. You might really be doing a lot of like work and just getting tons of things done, maybe even assignments or writing things, or just staying up late watching my tarot readings. You know, it's one of those things. So, yeah, we've got the night owl. Well, we've got the owl in general, which represents being wise. So, you're very wise, I will say. A lot of things are swaying in your power in March, and that is essentially what I'm seeing. So, group number 1, this was your reading for March predictions. So, this was essentially for, well, we got life, love, career, and also the home, but also food as well. Yeah, a lot of things came through for sure. So, this is your reading. Take care, stay safe, hope it helped, all that good stuff. All right, and we're now going to move to group number 2. So, let me take away these little letters. Okay. Oh, sorry, I hit your camera. Well, no, my camera. I hit you because I hit my camera. There we go. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so let's do this and just put these cards. Put them in the wrong pile. Typical me, put them in the wrong pile. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay. Alright, group number 2. This is your reading with me for March 2021 predictions, love, life, career, home, food, everything. It's going to be like an overview though, so we'll have a look and see what's coming through. So you have chosen these heart-shaped sunglasses, which are so adorable, so cute, Minnie Mouse vibes. So, okay, we are going to have a look and see what's coming through. So I did half of the shuffling off camera, which are these cards, and then we're going to do the other half on camera with you. So, you know, it's just, I wanted to use more cards, but then I thought, you know, time-wise, it's a bit of a struggle. So I just thought I'll do it this way and it will all connect. I just know it will, so it's all good. We'll also do a charm reading, letters, we'll get more information out as well. All right. Okay, so let's have a look at your cards. So first of all, we've got here lift. Oh, sorry, it's not lift. I genuinely thought it said lift. Okay, it's light the darkness. But technically, lift the darkness still makes sense, right? Because when you turn on a light, it still lifts the darkness. Like there's not much darkness as there was before. So that is your card here, light the darkness. So it says ancestors, ancestral line, generational shift. Okay, and you've got that fairy as well, right on top. So that's very interesting. Then we've got here the World card. And you've got the Queen of Pentacles. You've also got here Rest and Play More. Oh wow, isn't that interesting? You get like one card that says Rest and another one that says Play More. It's like it's telling you both things. Do you know what? Everything in moderation. I think that one of the things that's really coming through here is to just really enjoy life and to enjoy the moments when you do rest and enjoy the moments when you are doing the things that you love, and when you're playing and just, you know, carefree and enjoying life and doing the things that you love to do. It's all about balance, right? Work hard, play hard, and rest hard. You know, so what I do see here as well is that some of you may feel like you have this curse on you, or this, just not like all of you feeling this curse, but you may just feel like you have bad luck, where you feel like, you know, no matter what you do, things just aren't coming together, or whatever you do, especially, you know, especially now as well, you may feel like whatever you are taking a chance on, it just doesn't quite give you that sense of like satisfaction or motivation. So what I would recommend is doing a prayer to your ancestors and just allowing them to help you a little bit more. Sometimes they want you, you know, to pray to them and to ask them for some help. Sometimes they're not so sure how much they should do and how much you would allow them to do. You know, ancestors actually, in terms of like spirit form, they're not scary. They really are there to help you. And in most cases, ancestors actually get scared of us. I know that sounds really bizarre, but it is actually, well, I know that not everyone's going to believe me here, but I do believe that that's true. When you think of like spirits that are like really evil and things like that, a lot of the times they cause chaos. You know, they do cause chaos, and they want to be seen and things like that. But when it comes to ancestors, they really do give space. They are not intrusive. They are there for us. They're there to help us. Sometimes they're not sure how much, you know, they think we want their help, you know. So and also they don't want to be seen, they don't want to be heard so much. They are trying to help us in a way that, you know, because they're also scared of us. I know that sounds so bizarre, but ancestors tend to be scared of us just as much as how we might be scared of like seeing a ghost, let's say, right? So or a spirit. So I just want you to know that they are very gentle. You shouldn't be scared of them in that sense, but it's good to pray to them as well and ask them for some help and things like that, because it can really help you, especially if you feel like you're alone, or you feel like, oh, you know, nothing's working out for me in my career or my love life, or just in general finances, you know, whatever it is, it's going to be different for all of you. You're not all in the exact same boat, let's say, but you can really ask them by praying, okay, through prayer, and especially those generational, you know, bad luck energies that can happen. You can ask them to help clear that in March as well. It's a great time to do so in March, because March also represents the start of the zodiac year as well, especially in astrology. Anyways, so aside from that, you know, there's some light that's pouring in. Now we know that around March, especially towards its end, like spring is starting to kick in. So when you think about that, especially because the end of March also represents the end of the first quarter, right? It's almost like you go from this energy of like one season to another. Now it's different for, you know, wherever everybody lives, because not everybody has winter going into spring, right? Some people have like the sort of opposite thing happening. But it goes to show that there's a change, you know, in the seasons, where there is this sort of dark going into light, and especially where I live in the UK, and where I feel, you know, a lot of people sort of live, especially according to the demographics. A lot of people that watch my videos, they live sort of in the US or in the UK, or, you know, around this around this part of the world, where essentially the days are starting to get longer. So also, what I feel here in March is that you will start to see the light a lot more. You will feel much more positive, you'll feel much more uplifted, you'll have more energy to get things done. And because you'll be doing more, it is a message here to make sure that in March you're also getting enough rest, especially for those of you that stay up till very, very odd hours of the night or in the morning, let's say. Make sure you're getting enough rest, because that rest will really help you to also lower your stress. It will help you to feel better and more productive throughout the days. So I just feel like that's really, really important. Also, play more is basically you having more energy to do things for yourself. You may think, wow, I want to take up that particular hobby. Wow, I want to do this. I want to do that. And that's what I'm seeing here as well. And it's just very, very intriguing. Now this reminds me of like the freaking pandemic, right? Is it just me, or does these remind me of like little viruses? Well, you know, play more here does, I mean, there's a bit of a distant energy here. I don't know if anyone else picked that up as well, but I do feel like, you know, things might be a little bit more, like you may find more energy to sort of like, you know, go out and maybe like go to the park and like, you know, play a game or like do something. But that's the kind of energy that I see here, you know, distant, you know, in terms of like distance and responsibly, you know, that's your choice. But I definitely do feel, and I think it's important, obviously, to keep your distance and things like that. But I just feel like you'll have more energy to do more things, and maybe to go out a little bit more and go walking and maybe hiking, or, you know, again, going out and sort of playing some games or some sports and things like that. I do see that here. Obviously, do so responsibly. But I really just feel here that you've got a lot of energy to sort of, you know, work and rest and play and do things for yourself and to look after yourself. The World card here, you know, still shows the situation and the scenario around the world, especially with the pandemic, which is still a little bit challenging, of course. Well, I say a little bit, it's still very challenging. But it also feels like you're much more comfortable in your own energy, and you're feeling a little bit more optimistic than previous months that have been much more difficult for you. It's that sense of you feeling comfortable in your bubble. And also the World card here also represents satisfaction and fulfillment in terms of your day-to-day routine in regards to you know, what you're getting done throughout the days. And the Saturn energy as well is really showing a lot of structure. So a lot of you might be super into planning or organizing or having a journal, for example, and sort of keeping everything very, very neat, tidy and organized, which I see here starting also in it's interesting because it's almost like some of you are starting in March and some of you have started before, but it's like you're keeping up with it and keeping really up to date with it in March. And then you've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is you're trying to sort of balance and organize, and you're also just very proud of yourself and how far you've come, and the things that you're doing for yourself to sort of keep on track of things, and how you're sort of progressing along with it as well, which I think is for sure very exciting and very interesting as well. And so that is pretty much what we have. It's an interesting reading. Maybe not one that I fully expected, let's say, but it's very interesting in that sense. Okay, so you've got your 2 tarot cards here. So the 7 of Wands shows you getting through any obstacles or challenges that are presented your way. You seem to really get through it with a lot of energy. So one thing I've noticed is you have a ton of energy and a lot of positivity. So, wow, look, that's also like an outdoors kind of energy, like a sporting energy. I just feel like you've got a ton of energy here in March. And also the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter energy, so you've got a lot of luck on your side here. And I also feel like helping your praying to your ancestors can really help you as well to sort of ease up a little bit more of that sort of like stubborn energy, so that things are going much more in your favor here as well. And it's almost like a new chapter, you know, being written, page being turned essentially, and that is what I'm seeing. So I see here that the stubborn energies are starting to shift and change, which again is very good news, very good news. You may also find that you have some money that comes your way. It could be a gift, it could be a promotion, but I see some form of money coming your way. It could also be investments, let's say, but I do see that there, so I thought I would mention it, of course. So let's go with food fortunes. So this could be foods that really just, you know, you're craving in March, or that you end up eating a little bit more of in March. Yeah, so let's have a look. Some of you find this so accurate, so I thought I would use it in the monthly predictions video. Alright, so you've got here some wine. And even for those of you that don't drink, remember this could also be faux wine. Or sparkling, you know, sparkling wines or sparkling refreshments that imitate wine. Grape juice. Okay, you know, I laugh because I also don't drink. I personally hate the taste of it, so it's a bit of my vibe there. You've also got here the Middle Eastern, so we've got here some like hummus, you've also got some pizza and some like veggies, crunchy vegetables, and sort of like, you know, dipping. It's dipping energy. Dipping energy, wow, what a vibe, dipping energy. It's a dipping food, okay. Dipping energy, wow, moonlight, okay. Could you imagine someone has like, you know, this like platter of platter of food, and they have like the hummus and the stuff, and you go, well, I was just feeling that dipping energy. All right, so the Middle Eastern food, as we have there. You've got here the Fallen, so you've got an apple here. Okay, the apple really reminds me actually of the Queen of Pentacles energy. And you've also got the steeped one, so you've got here some tea. All right, so those are the foods. Actually very healthy, I have to say. Very, very healthy, very very balanced in terms of its nutrition, even though you have got the Queen of Drinks, right, with that whole vibe, but still, I would say overall pretty healthy. Everything in moderation technically is okay. So it's very interesting. Okay, so some of you might be like super into, and actually that could give you energy. You know, when you eat a little bit better, you tend to have more energy and you're not feeling so tired. You know, the more we don't eat maybe some of the bad stuff, you know, like junk food and stuff like that, the more we don't eat that, the more we can feel revitalized, especially when we switch it out for healthier things. Our body just, you know, it's one of those things scientifically, our body takes it better and we feel more energized and we can feel so much more less tired, or just less tired, should I say. So that's what we have there. Yeah, which is why I feel like you have a lot of energy, because I feel like a lot of you are eating very well here, or at least in moderation, you know, because a little bit of what you want to indulge in is not bad. It's not bad. Okay, so now we get our final oracle card here. Let's have a look and see. These are the life coach oracle cards. There we go, and that is your card. So we're also going to do charms and letters as well, so don't hurry out too quickly. So we've still got more to come. So this is number 2. Like the caterpillar that emerges from its cocoon, you're about to get your wings. See, your luck is changing. I really believe it, group number 2. In March, your luck is changing. All right, we saw that here as well, lift the darkness. And also, you know, it's like that energy of like the days getting longer and, you know, the butterfly coming out and no longer being in that darkness. But remember I said, like, you're very confident and comfortable in your own energy and sort of in that bubble, right? It's interesting that I said bubble, because technically a caterpillar is in a cocoon and can feel very sort of left out, can feel like, oh, you know, nothing's really happening here, like, is anything going to happen? But then the butterfly emerges and there's just luck, you know, things start to change, things start to progress. There's this sense of freedom, you know, with that play more energy. And there's also this sense of just feeling really confident and good within oneself. So that's really what's happening, is that you are emerging to be that caterpillar that turns into a butterfly, and that energy progresses throughout the course of March, which is really, really exciting and wonderful to see. There you go, there you go, lift the darkness. Sorry, not lift the darkness, light the darkness. You know what I mean. I feel like I just keep seeing that card as lift the darkness, so I'm going to go with it, because I feel like when I feel something, it just kind of vibes. We just vibe with it. The dipping vibe. Okay, so these letters can be initials. They can also be initials or letters that spell out words, let's say. So let's have a look. My words are so all over the place today. I really, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I do apologise. I feel like I'm filming this in the middle of a Mercury retrograde, so if that has anything to do with it, it probably does. My words get so mixed up in a Mercury retrograde. But by the time you get to March, there is no Mercury retrograde, so we're all good. We're all good. Okay, so that's not going to affect you too much, which is good news. Where the hell did that go? Oh, there it is. There it is. I was like, where did that actually go? Okay, so we've got a W, a Y, a K, a Q. We've got a Z. We have an R and an L and a C and a T. And a B, and a N. Okay, that's interesting. In terms of its word-wise, I'm not really seeing that much. I saw BLT and I was like, okay, that's probably just because I'm getting hungry or something. But that's what we have here. I think this is more so leaning towards initials. But again, it will resonate with you. Like, you'll see what's meant for you, like, straight away, I feel. So let's now go to charms. So we've got an E here. I feel like now we can make some more words. You know, sometimes we need those vowels to just sort of get in there. We've got Ben. We've got 10 as well, which is interesting because the Wheel of Fortune is also number 10 in the major arcanas. 10 is also seen as sort of like a completion. When we also think about the butterfly as well, you know, from when it was a caterpillar, that goes from like 0 to 10, right? Because it's like the formation of it, and then when it exits as a butterfly, it's a 10, right? So that's really interesting there as well. Okay, well that's more of what I'm seeing there. We've also got the full stop as well. I think in the US they call that the period. Interesting, right? Because that could also be kind of like you being like, whatever, I'm just going to do things for myself now. Or you just having enough, you know, of maybe feeling very tired, or you just have enough of feeling very disorganized or feeling unorganized more so. And you're just like, I've had enough of this. I need to get more organized. I've had enough of this. I need to go to sleep earlier. I've had enough of this. Like, I need to lift some of this bad luck. You know, it's like you've had enough. And now you're just, you know, butterfly energy, transformation energies. It's all occurring, it's all coming together, and it's all progressing, right? Because life is essentially a work in progress, but it's like it's moving in that direction. You got cowrie shell, which is very, very lucky, as you see here. Sorry, my nails are so long that you can't actually even see what I'm trying to hold up. So cowrie shell energies. We've got here a K as well. Ooh, interesting. Got 2 Ks. And then you've also got OK as well, spelt out with these 2 tags, which I think is pretty fascinating, right? So things are pretty okay, I would say, in March. You've got C. You've also got here, I believe this is this the Aries one? Aries charm. I always get confused between the Capricorn and the Aries charm. Not the actual sign, but more so the charm. I feel like this is the Aries charm. We're going to go with it. I feel like it's the Aries charm. There you go. Like, you're really marching into things, all right? And things are progressing forward. I just see a good energy, you know, a really good energy around March, where you feel like things are finally starting to shift in your favor, and you'll feel like, you know, that's really what's happening. You've got an embellished button here, which is a flower, right? So there's bloom and growth and transformation. If you can really see that very well, which you probably can't, there you go. And some of you might be into sewing as well, or repairing, like, you know how sometimes buttons come off certain shirts, or sometimes our clothes just need a little bit of hand sewing. You know, you might be doing some of that here in March. Also, you've got the heart here as well. So heart chakra is really very wide open, and I feel like the more you sort of go into, like, this could also represent a picnic, but the more you go into nature, like a park, or you go for a walk, or you go for a hike or a jog, the more your heart chakra is opening up. The heart chakra, actually, I wanted to mention that, but I kind of just got a little bit distracted with some of the other cards. But if you look here as well, you got this person wearing green. Green is the color of the heart chakra. I feel like a lot of you might be eating a lot of very, like, you know, pretty healthy foods in your diet, or at least incorporating them. And I feel like, you know, especially like with cucumbers and some of these vegetables as well, which are grown, and fruits as well, which are like earth grown, let's say, you know, they're plant-based. It's really going to give you a lot of energy, and it can really also boost up your heart chakra, especially if you're also like eating a lot more green vegetables as well. But you've got a lot of green here, you've got greenery here as well, and here, right? So there's a lot of that energy coming through of you eating very healthy, feeling very revitalized, and it really helps you in terms of your heart chakra as well, and also surrounding yourself in nature, Mother Nature. You've also got the Saturn energy, which I was going to say I represented. I was like, when did I represent that? What's the word? I talked about it, right? There was a word beginning with R, okay, well, whatever. I can't find that word, but I talked about it with the word card, because the word card is ruled by Saturn, right? So that's about structure, organization, and routine. So I really feel like you're working on your routine, and you're trying to get it as synchronized as possible. And then we've got here, she believed she could, so she did. Now, whether you're male or female, this totally goes, you know, without saying that if you believe in it, it will happen, okay? If you really, really sort of like work on your like energy, you know, it's a little bit like saying, okay, well, I'm not happy with the fact that I don't go to sleep, you know, on time. Well, then if you think to yourself like, okay, I will go to sleep on time, I will, and then you actually do it, then you will, right? So I just feel here that with anything in your life, especially with love, there were not so many messages that came through. I feel like this is also about self-love as well. You know, she believed she could, so she did. So this energy really is about, if you want to do something, believe in it, you know, work hard at it, and you know, you will get somewhere. You will get somewhere, okay? You will get somewhere. And I also feel like, especially in regards to love, like a lot of this is kind of you just focusing on yourself. I know that that's a little bit of a bizarre twist, because technically I am supposed to like talk a little bit about love, but honestly, not a lot came through here. I feel like this is really you focusing on yourself, putting a lot of energy towards yourself and your own energy and your routine and your home life and your finances. And that's really when things start to come together, especially for those of you that are completely single. and you're like, I don't know what's happening. I feel like the main messages here is when you've got yourself together and you're putting energy within yourself, that's when things around you start to really progress and come together, okay? That's when people then start to orbit around you, you know, when you're done orbiting around them. You've got here protection with the angel wing, and you've also got a mirror here as well. So again, you know, a lot of this is to do with yourself. That's really what I'm seeing, right? March is really you focused is what I'm seeing. All right, so that is literally what we have here, full stop. So yes, that's what we've got there. So I hope this reading resonates. If it does, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, reading giveaway, and of course intention items, which are on Etsy. And definitely take care, everybody. Yeah. Okay. Right, so we're now going to go to number 3, group number 3, not question number 3, I don't know what is, oh, I missed the charm. If anyone's still watching this, okay, I really feel here that this charm really does represent a lot of passion. It also represents, again, sort of getting things together, like organizing, like clipping things together, making things work, okay? So I'm so sorry. I literally didn't see it because it was hiding here, but that's what it means, okay? So that is that. I'll put an additional timestamp anyways, so I'm sure people will come across it. All right. Sometimes it happens, and it's okay. It's okay. All right, so now we go to group number 3. Let me move this to the side. Oh, I must have put it. Okay, no worries. Sometimes I get confused. I'm like, where did the card actually end up going? But it's because I already have put it back. No worries. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, group number 3. Hello, how are you? How are you doing today, everyone? Hope you're doing well. So you chose here these sort of camouflage-esque sunglasses. Dun, 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 dun. So let's put those right there and see what we have for you for March 2021. All right, so I shuffled half the camera. Okay, wow. Okay, I shuffled half the cards. There we go. Off camera, and we're going to shuffle the other half on camera. So I just thought we would do it in that way because I wanted to get more cards, and I know that the more cards I get, the more time it takes to shuffle, and it can be, you know, it can be very time consuming to watch as well. So I thought I would do that, and yeah, let's see what your first messages are here, which I pre-did by shuffling. So we've got here fairy wishing well. Manifestation, expectations, offerings, number 7. Wow, that's a nice card, really nice card. You see how this is like a waterfall here, like a fountain, right? And it's just giving. It's very beautiful. Wow, it's very magical, that energy. Then we've got here the 6 of Wands and the Judgment card. Wow, okay. I know what the message is already. Okay. Let me just like mention these and then get straight into it because I don't want to lose my message. We've got here number 3, aromatherapy, and then you've also got here think about it. So that's what we have there. So a lot of you here are thinking about ways in which you can accelerate in March. You're thinking about how you can accelerate your success. So I really feel like a lot of you are thinking about, okay, I really want to be successful in this area of my life. How am I going to get there? I really want to do it. It has to happen. Like this is, you know, I have one life to live. I really want to be successful. I want to get things done. So Judgment here really shows you trying to have, you know, different layers and ways of success and wanting to be really, really successful, and you're thinking, okay, how am I going to do that? Like, how is that going to come together? Like, what can I do? How is it going to progress? How is it going to manifest? Like, what can I do? So I really see here with manifestations is a lot of you are going to be doing the law of attraction for multiple areas of your life in March. Now, because I feel like many of you are going to do that, I'm just going to give you a couple of tips, because there are some ways in which people do it wrong. They feel like they have to think about it 24/7, or once they manifest, they have to be really desperate and just continue to think about it. That actually slows things down. So what you want to do with the law of attraction is that you want to, of course, think about whatever it is that you want. It's literally that simple, okay? Or you can say it, or you can do it in a prayer, or you can write it down. There's lots of different ways of kind of doing it. But then what you want to do is you want to completely surrender it to the universe. Completely surrender whatever it is that you want to manifest, whether it's love, money, career, a beautiful home, whatever it is, right? It could also be good health, right? It could be. Because the thing is, I'm reading for so many of you, and so many of you have different things you want to manifest in your life and different things that you're happy with in your life. So when you surrender it to the universe, that's it. That's it. You go about your day, you do your own thing, you focus on yourself, you love you, you do the things that you're excited about, you continue to work hard, let's say, and try not to be too desperate, because desperation slows down the energies, and it can also stress you out, and that energy is, again, that's energy which slows things down. So when you surrender, that is when you are sort of freeing up this energy for the universe to do its work, to then bring it back to you. A lot of the times things happen when you least expect them, which is why I feel like when you do a manifestation, let go of the expectation. Remember that expectation also causes suffering. So you want to have that sense of like acceptance towards whatever it is right now, knowing that of course you would like things to get better, but also being grateful for whatever the universe has already put on your plate, because the universe likes it when you're grateful for the things that it gives to you, because the universe actually doesn't owe us anything. So when we are really grateful that, oh my gosh, I've got a roof over my head, I'm really excited that, this is going well and that's going well, even though that particular thing's not going so well, the universe will be, like, oh, you really are happy with the gifts that I gave you? Okay, I'm going to give you more, It's about, like, imagine you giving a gift to, like, a child, and the child is just like, no, I didn't want that, you'd feel really bad, and then you might think to yourself, okay, well, maybe I won't get you a gift next time. Universe is sometimes like that too. If the universe senses that we're really grateful for the little things, it'll want to give us more. So basically, that's my little story, okay? And basically what I'm trying to tell you is that that's the best way to manifest. Doesn't mean that you should stop thinking about what you're manifesting about. It's just about rerouting your thoughts, right? In a process where it's not just completely that. Because I've seen it multiple times where people are so desperate for money, or they're desperate to have a child, or they're desperate for other things, right? In that moment when they're so desperate, it doesn't happen. They stress themselves out even more. They are upset, they are sad, they're so, angry and frustrated, and it just goes against them. But the minute they have acceptance, they kind of just do their own thing. They're like, you know what, okay, if it's meant to be, it will be. If not, it's okay. And then they kind of do other things. They come to acceptance. They don't have that expectation anymore. They're not so stressed. Boom. That's when it happens. When they least expect it, when they're not so stressed, they're not so, that's when it happens. That's when they hear that they're going to have a child. They hear that, oh, there's money, there's a job offer, etc. Or that's when, love appears. So I just want to say that, because a lot of you are going to be doing this in March, I feel. Anyways, so yeah, you're thinking about success. See, I see here a celebration also in March as well, towards its end. So I see some kind of celebration, something that makes you very, very happy, that makes you quite excited. I see you thinking about the things that you want to progress in your life as well. We also have here judgment. So you're thinking about the things that you would like to manifest in your life, and you're also thinking about how this can help others as well. Judgment is also Scorpio Pluto energy, which is about transformation. So you're thinking about the things that you want to change, right? So again, you've got here offerings as well. You can also do offerings to your ancestors, do prayers to your ancestors. That can also help, because they can allow to basically bring you more luck and better days. They can really help. So you can pray to your ancestors as well, or your spirit guides. You can do offerings to. You can even do offerings to gods, right? So it's really your choice. But it's not a bad thing to do. We also got here as well, think about it. So again, you're going to be thinking about a lot of things. I mean, we already kind of mentioned that card, but we also got aromatherapy as well. So especially for those of you that are quite stressed and you're thinking about, oh, I need this to come together, I need this to come together. Take a bit of a relaxing deep breath, perhaps a few essential oils here and there can really help to also relax you as well. So I would definitely recommend that. I totally recommend actually lavender. Lavender essential oil is really great. There's so many different ones. I also like rosehip. I actually have it on my table as well. I really like rosehip. This is a rosehip oil that I have actually for the face. Interesting enough, that I'm trying out. I don't actually know if it's any good yet or not. I've only tried it for a couple of days so far, not bad, but I mean, so yeah, there's like lots of different essential oils and things like that you can also try as well. Everyone is very different. Some people like certain smells and some people like certain scents and some people don't, so it's a very personal thing. But aromatherapy, you might be super into like perfumes or just even flowers and things like that. So I just feel like that can also be very relaxing. Remember, with some people actually, believe it or not, like perfumes and things can give them terrible, terrible headaches and things. So it's different for everyone. So that's why I'm just kind of, giving you a bit of an overview on that, because I'm reading for so many people in this reading, but everyone is different. That's the thing. And it's a general reading. In a more like private reading setting, I mean, we can get really down to the specifics, but it's different with a general reading. It's one of those things. Okay, so let's go with tarot and see what's happening. And also, yeah, this camo kind of sunglass here is really very, very strong, because it's showing that you don't want to just do what everyone else does. You want to stand out. You want to be different. You want to kind of, at times you feel like you want to blend in and you don't really want all the attention, but then other times you really want to do things that are different and you want to kind of just not do the same. So the Three of Cups here also shows that I feel like you may spend time with family and friends. This is also a social energy coming through. Now, the Three of Cups can be seen as a third-party kind of energy. Now, for some of you, that's true. For some of you, it isn't. It's more so like a celebration, because Three of Cups also represents celebration. So I just want you to keep that in mind. Nine of Wands, see a lot of thinking, wondering, pondering, and contemplating. Think about it. That's interesting, and you may have a lot of ideas. Write down your ideas. You may also share some of your ideas with like friends or family members. This is a bit more like of a synchronistic kind of energy. It's not terrible, it's not bad, it's not something you should be necessarily scared of. So that's what we have there. Okay. Now, these are the food fortunes. So this could be foods that you really are loving throughout March, or that you're super, super duper craving, let's say. So we've got here the Chinese. So we've got Chinese food. And my stomach is rumbling, literally just as I said Chinese food. Okay, so we've got also, this is like a pasta bake, or just, pasta with cheese, macaroni, for example, or, pasta bake. Pasta. You've got here the golden balls. This is like falafel, Middle Eastern food. Oh my gosh, this looks so delicious. So delicious. And we've got here the flame, so we've got some hot sauce. Okay, and so sriracha, or any hot sauce of your choice, let's say. And then you've also got as well, you've got the beginning. So you've got here like, breakfast. This can also represent breakfast as well. And you've got eggs, but of course, some of you may be vegan, some of you may be vegetarian and not into eggs. But this can also represent breakfast because it's the beginning. So some of you might, start to do breakfast, for example, especially if you haven't been, or you might have a bit more of a healthier breakfast, let's say. So yeah, breakfast vibes. So let's go to the charms and the letters now. So the letters can be initials, or it could spell out words as well for March. Wow, we've barely got anything there. Let me see. We've got a C, an O, a G, cog, go as well. GOWL. Let's get a couple more. Not many coming out today. We also got low as well. LOW. Log. LOG, like logging things maybe, or log as in like wood. Wood log. NMV. Okay, so let's go with the charms. So we've got here this little petal preserved in this, is it resin? It's not a crystal, it's more so like a resin kind of situation. So yeah, this is also, I think, really symbolic of like aromatherapy, because you've got the petals here as well with the flowers. This is also about sort of preserving memories as well, and ideas, like preserving ideas or logging ideas, as we saw with the log. You've got here sort of this fish, which is Pisces energy, so it's about going with the flow. We've got here a star as well, so this is about ideas. It's also about inspiration as well. You might have certain inspirations as well along the way in March. So it's, you know, again, you've got that light bulb as well, so lots of ideas. You've got here the emoji with the 2 hearts. So again, you've got sunglasses, right? It's interesting because the heart-shaped sunglasses were actually group 2's sunglasses, but it's really interesting that you've got these sunglasses here as well. So some of you might be really tempted to check out group 2's reading. You never know, there might be some additional hidden messages in there. But this is also about just feeling pretty cool, feeling good about yourself, you know, especially here as well. You really want to stand out. You know, you may feel like you're blending in, especially, you know, with these sunglasses, they're camouflage, right? So you may feel like you're blending in, but you want to actually stand out. So that's something I see here. Also, someone might take your interest. There's something that's coming through with the heart shapes, you know, in the eyes. So it's something to keep in mind. You've also got an A here as well. You've got another A, AA. You've also got the sports as well. So some of you might be really interested in sports or being a team player, let's say, even in regards to like work or education. You've got a little parrot here. Oh, I have a parrot. His name is Tinku and he talks. But, you know, this parrot energy is about also being quite chatty. It's also about personality. It's also about feeling free as well. So we've got that right there, and also very playful because it's sitting on a little swing sort of situation. So you might feel very, very playful. You've got the dog, which is about loyalty as well, having a lot of loyalty to people around you. And also you've got the root chakra crystal, which is about stability and security, which is getting stronger in March. And you've also got here the crown chakra crystal, but this also represents, to me, also the third eye. So you're feeling really on top of things, you're manifesting things, you have your desires and your wishes which you want to make come true, and it totally matches this card here with the purple. You see how beautifully that matches. So again, this is about your wishes, right? Very wishing well. These are the things that you want to wish for, and you're doing a lot of manifesting as well, but also going with the flow, because going with the flow helps your manifestations to come to reality. So this is your reading, group number 3. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. So you've got the wishes here as well. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and of course intention items which are on Etsy. And do take care, everyone.